Welcome everyone, we are live. We stream until the basketball starts. So welcome to everybody who is going to be joining us on Twitch and everybody who's watching us on either the archive broadcast or if you're watching on YouTube as well. Welcome. Before we start, I'm just going to jump to the loo and then I'm going to quickly jump into Notepad so I can get together roughly what the card is going to be for September pay-per-view, which hopefully we'll get to in this video / stream, and hopefully we get a name for it as well, so I'll be 2 seconds. Right, let's get cracking, let's get this pay-per-view booked. That's the aim anyway. Try and get us to the September event and maybe a good little bit on the way to All In as well, hopefully. Setting Daniel All In. So, let's reset this and quickly send a text message. Sign button on Twitch. Right, so last time I was in, we had already booked Chris Jericho was going to defend the title against Kenta. We knew that. This is what happens when you don't play for a few days. I'll just quickly look at our history and find it. Moxley and Omega. Are we missing anyone? I just want to double check that. I'm pretty sure we're all good. We shouldn't be missing anyone for the event. Nope, that's good. So we will have Kenny Omega versus John Moxley. That's in. Did we book anything else? Show history. He's got the. It's fine. He's going there. Mick Foley's announcing about the women's title and that. That's fine. And that's cool. We'll build everything up into these episodes in. So that's 2 shows. Dynamite will book the rest of the card for the September event again. Found he's lurking. Don't be afraid to hit out with a pay-per-view name because we've got 2 weeks to name it. So we're at Cult. We've got Big E coming in, who will be known as E. We can't really use Sema, Flamita, or Ray Phoenix tonight. That's cool. But let's just get some decent matches on the go. I think we're going to have the Bucks in action. So obviously E's not signed yet and Evelino's still out injured. So we're going to have the Bucks in action, a tag team match. Let's go with the Bucks and just want to see, would they put over Angelico and Evans? So if I put Angelico to pin Nick, Would they do it? Ah, what if I keep you strong, Nick? Ah, good, good, good. So what I'm going to do, that's going to give us another match then. So we're also going to have the Lucha Bros, who will defend the title against the team of Evans and Angelico. So that's 3 matches for our event. That's perfect. And obviously we'll have a Cody match because we'll need that. And we then need a Bucks match. Just to give everybody a big match. What I'm thinking is Dustin will get his first match against somebody else down the card to help develop them. So Dustin is Dustin a main eventer? Main eventer? Fucking hell. So Dustin Rhodes, and he'll take on like lesser talents as we said he was going to. And he'll be up against, let's give him Jungle Boy. So it'll be a quick 5-minute match. Dustin picks up the win. We'll make that storytelling pinfall. Nice and simple, that'll go in there. Let's see what else can we get. Let's have a match with Jay Lethal taking on. Got to keep Pac strong for a bit. In fact, I've had an idea. So if it's a draw, so I'm just refusing not to. Oh, can he have a pinfall finish in a draw? I don't want to put him losing at all. Pac, so we'll keep it. We'll make it a double count out, please. So what I'm also going to add is that's going to give us, if I can scroll down, we're going to have Lethal versus Pac, and I'm also going to make Cody versus Zack Sabre Jr. Obviously Zack can't appear or we lose him for the contract, so I'm just going to have open challenge, sorry. And that'll be Cody issuing the open challenge. Not facing Dustin, but he will happily face anyone else who wants it. We'll start the show with an angle, and we will have Hideo Watami, now known as Kenta. Need to get away from this whole Hideo Watami crap. But Kenta, and we'll have him using the mad, what is it? Judas, the new finisher Jericho's got. Judas something, I can't remember off the top of my head, but that elbow, with Kenta doing obviously being a striker, he'll completely take Jericho out, so that'll be a victory there. And middle of the show, I'll have John Moxley call out Kenny Omega, and they can have a brawl. That'll be 6 minutes, so that'll be fine. We'll keep it there because I don't want to put it too high up or they'll be struggling. We'll end the show with just Jericho cutting a promo on Kenta because high ratings in that. That's 5 minutes. Jericho's unhappy. That's cool. I wish to have another match, which we'll have in our women's division. And we'll have Britt Baker, hopefully a bit more mature after WrestleScope. She can take on Bea Priestley, and we'll have Britt pick up the win in 5 minutes. Try and get her some momentum going forward, so that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. 6 minutes left in the show, we'll make that go there. So I'm going to put. Actually, change that to Jay Lethal v Pac, so I don't need to do coding guest comms. We'll see if we can fit in a wee match down the bottom of the card. Make it 2 mid-carders in action. In fact, let's keep building up Hangman Page. He can be in action against Scorpio Sky. Not a lot of time in this match, 4 minutes. Hangman picks up the win, gets a bit of momentum. And yeah, pinfall win. Boom, 65-minute show. Just like that. As I don't want to keep using Hunters of Talents because I feel like it's gonna just costs too much money in a 2-hour show. So if we can keep it at 1 hour just now, till we're in a bit more financial sound position, because I don't know how written contracts are going to affect us once we're guaranteed how much we need to pay Owens, and the same for Big E. If we get Owens, that is. But then again, 6k a week, 6k is kind of not too much more than what you're paying Jericho, etc. Fuck it, 4.1, Devlin Fieldhouse in New Orleans, Louisiana. So that's perfect. And let's see how our show does. So, start of the show, Jericho gets attacked by Kenta. Got the show after a strong start. Got the crowd hotter. Kenta underperformed, but the show was performance from Jericho was good. It's a C minus 53. Dustin versus Jungle Boy was an E29. You can see how poor Dustin's physical situation is now, that he's getting a 28 to Jungle Boy's 24. A terrible match, but gets Dustin over. This match cooled the crowd a little bit, the match between Britt Baker and B. Priestley. It was a win for Britt and an abysmal match. E25, it's just two ladies that we've got a lot to work with, but we'll get there eventually. Scorpio Sky losing to Adam Page in that 406 with the Adam's Apple. E plus 32, you can see Hangman's still struggling to get over. Then John Moxley calling out Kenny Omega, and then the brawl is a C minus 53. Kenny underwhelming. Moxley was fantastic, but Kenny's learned to show more charisma and better performance skills. I keep blowing my mic for some reason. I'll apologise for that. Should probably put this into pre-booking, but just being lazy. As long as we know what the matches are. But they had good wrestling, didn't have a lot of heat. Jay Lethal drew with Pac in 9:43 with a double count out. Better fix my mic, that might help. C64 is pretty decent considering great chemistry and a wacky psychology, so that's always going to cost them the wacky psychology, which is a pain, so I was going to give them a long match at the September event. But Lethal with a 74, Pac with a 63. I still think that's pretty decent considering the wacky psychology. Cody's promo, looking for that open challenge, aka Zack Sabre Jr., that we can't put on television, so it's a C plus 70. Main event, decent wrestling, little heat. Los Guerreros de Ciro defeat the Young Bucks in 9:43, Angelico over Nick Jackson, C minus 57. Angelico and Jack Evans have got a bit to go in terms of their in-ring performance and overness, but the crowd were buzzing from the all-out match, and of course we had to keep Nick looking strong in order for the, well, I was going to say the faces, but technically there's no baby faces in this match, but to put them over, it does lead to, say, that tag match, but you can see being penalised for not being able to go all out is going to cost us, and the booking decisions will probably knock it down a few pegs as well. And then Jericho ends the show with a promo on Kenta, hyping up that world title match, or just a heavyweight title match, since we're not a world title yet, and that delivers a B72. Overall, standard show as we were hoping to get, round about the C60 mark, and increases the pop in 18 regions. But the main thing of that show is just making sure you get the pop in the 18 regions, and of course ensuring that we've at least got a good card put together for the September pay-per-view, which I might need to auto-name at this rate if we don't have any ideas. Oh god, this is me yawning, and somebody that's going to be staying up till 4 AM to watch basketball. Can just see it now, no chance. But we'll see what happens. It's certainly a plan anyway, to watch Martin play some Fit My Manager with alarm. Right, let's have a look. Raw was 9,366. We were 4,100. A sellout. It's good to see. Yeah, nobody there. We need to keep a look out now because we can steal people for WWE, but nobody really there. Anyway, it was a 0.30, so our best televised rating, which is good to see. And Ace Romero wants a push So let's get that. A lot of people are unhappy, but there's a lot of people we just aren't using on television, if I'm honest. So that happens. To a mid-carder now? Jesus, he must be getting a good push, whatever other company he's with. He certainly doesn't seem to be a mid-carder to me. A decent push. Play 4 matches, I suppose, couple with AEW and MLW. Oh well, fair enough. Just looking through what we've got in terms of contracts. So Zack Sabre Jr. we need to use in 11 days. I'm hoping that takes him up to the pay-per-view. I don't think it does. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, in a week. No. So I'll need to negotiate that. But I'm going to be that guy. I'm just going to bring the pay-per-view forward so we can use him and Bandido. But Mark Quinn will go. I might even let Sema go because we're not really using them. Dustin will probably go in 2 months. El Lindemann. There's not really too many there that I actually do want to release. But I can see people were just not using. So, bit of a scumbag move for me, but we're going to change the pay-per-view. Let's see what we call it. Failure to communicate. Mobile takeover. All ends well. Against the grain. I think that's perfect. Do you want to start a war? Since we are level with WWE. In fact, we'll keep it at the 3rd week just now. Schedule. We'd only be missing Excalibur from our commentary team. That is a risk I am willing to take to ensure we have Zack Sabre Jr. and Bandido. So there we go. That is going to be 2nd week of September. AEW, do you want to start a war? So just a wee shout out to, well, the amusing, the Lucky Arthur, Snoogans 1967, the VFL F1 account, and Wild Sparrow for the hosts. Much appreciated. Right, so next event is now going to be Do You Want to Start a War 2019. Suppose it makes sense just on the whole basis of being at the same level as WWE. But let's hope we can have a really good first cult pay-per-view and then kick on. It gives us an extra week's build towards All In, which is good in the sense of then, like WrestleMania, you want to give that as long a build as possible. So hopefully we can do that as well. I'm just hoping it pops up with some people that are coming to contract and we go, snipe. Right, so main Cesaro we're going to wait for because there's no point in signing him in a written deal until he's fully healed. So that's cool. WWE haven't offered him anything, so that's even better. I've got a good feeling, and I hope that this is Kevin Owens signing a deal with us. Fuck, it's just Jack Evans signing a contract extension. That's cool. That's the contract we need to wait for. If we can get Kevin Owens and then obviously rechristen him back to Kevin Steen, I'll be absolutely delighted because that's someone that'll have the overness but also will have the skills to obviously be pushed very, very high in our company and really help us take the fight to WWE. Hopefully the stream's in the right quality as well. I know I'm only streaming in 30 FPS because it's TEW, but watching a limit stream at the same time, just watching that from Xbox. We'll see what happens. A couple of days to hopefully get the Kevin Steen deal done, and then hopefully at the same time bring somebody else in. Sami Callihan, I think someday we could bring in down the line. Do you know? Fuck it. Let's bring him in for a year deal for Sami Callihan. So for the brainwave. See if anything else there. So there will be referee. Nothing there that affects us. That's cool, we'll carry on. Because there is a match that I do want to do it all in if I can. But obviously we just need to make sure everybody's available and there's no injuries when we get to all in. So we could end up changing the date of all in because if some big hitters are missing, then it's obviously going to affect a WrestleMania equivalent event. Although we don't quite have the financial backing behind us at the moment to quite offer an all-star rock band. Right, I think that's Kevin signing. Impact 3,400, that's cool. Anything else really there? Brian Cage has got a bad injury, partial LCL tear. Chelsea Green to stay in it. Actually, I would quite mind snapping her up. Two months and 2 weeks. What's WWE offering her? Developmental 1,700. Would you sign for us in a 2-year deal for 1,800? Because she's only 28, so someday we could build the women's division around. So that's fine. It's cool, but here it is. The second person pinch from WWE. We have just signed Kevin Steen. So Big E's going to be signing, which is done. That's a done deal. And Kevin Steen's in as well, which is absolutely mad. I don't know why he signed too many folk for WWE, but got to find a few people that were off the indies at one point that could come in and certainly do a deal. So that's Big E and Kevin Steen that are going to be here for All In. Crazy. Oh, it's a shame Cesaro's not going to be available in time. But it's time to start a war with our September pay-per-view. So I'm hoping we get a bit better in terms of a buy rate because we've obviously changed the network. It's good that the ratings are going up on our TV show because of moving to a cult company and because we changed the time slot with the big company we were with, so that was ideal. Let's have a look here, anything that directly affects us. Flamita's making enemies, him and Orange Cassidy, great. Don't fuck my backstage area. James Drake, progress contract. Don't see anything else there. Trent's contract is expiring, that's fine, we'll give Trent another 6 months on the best friends. That's fine. Sami Callihan, NXT have offered a different contract to Chelsea. 1 point. That's fine, we'll scale $2,000 then. What are they offering you that we can't give? 4-year deal? Yeah, 3-year deal? As I say, she's young enough you can build a women's division around. PWG enemies, that's fine, that's cool, we know about that. Do you want to start a war? That's fine. You actually lost money this month. Oh. We are actually down in money. Fuck. Well, I did say we thought that was going to be the case because of having to change the live events to the highest we could make it. Oh, fair enough. As long as we're getting bigger as a company, I don't mind making a small loss. Could do like 2 million, but can't be too much of a loss. Let's look at the size as well. You can see the importance has already jumped over that 47 marker on 48. So if we can actually keep going at a steady rate with the rest of these kind of areas of the US, that 47 might not take too long. Alright, so do you want to start a war? Start a war. So we'll check one thing as well. If I was in Kevin still wanted to check, it was nothing with Cesaro or if it burned Claudio wanted. to see how much longer he's out injured for. Another 3 months, 3 weeks. That's cool. So pretty much somebody you can look at the end of the year, 2020. Let's book our pay-per-view then. So his contract hasn't begun, Steen's contract hasn't begun, Excalibur we knew about, Evelino is injured, that's fine, for another day. So instead of Fight TV America, we're on Bright House. So there is a bit of pressure to get over a C63, and we're also on a D42 with ITV box office. So big pressure on the main event to deliver, which is going to be for your AEW Heavyweight Championship. Is going to be Chris Jericho in action as he takes on Kenta. So I'm hoping that match draws well. We're going to make it 21 minutes. Chris is going to pick up the win. It's going to be a pinfall, tainted victory. After he basically something like rakes the eyes or something, just proper heel Jericho tactics over Kenta, gives Jericho the win. So he'll go into All In as champion. The other big, highly anticipated match that everybody wanted to see, Kenny Omega and Jon Moxley. These two will also get a good bit of time, 21 minutes. Hopefully, see if he wants to put Kenny over. I don't think he will. If he does, great, but I just can't see it. Slow build on them. He's furious. Sorry, Kenny, you're getting jobbed then. So Moxley with the win, because I need to get good ratings. Pinfall, slow build. So Moxley wins the co-main. Then the match is going to be the all-out match. It's going to be our user character, Cody, and he'll be in action against Zack Sabre Jr. 15 minutes of action. Cody wins because it's AEW. He's winning in his own company. Pinfall. And that's fine. Tag Team Championships on the line. Los Guerreros deCio against the Lucha Brothers. Just hopefully get the prestige of the belts up. 14 minutes, and we'll have Penta defeating Jack Evans. That's fine. Pinfall. It's straightforward. Oh, the titles on the line. Women's Tag Team, Heavyweight Tag Team. There we go. I'd say it's a pretty good start to the show. Anything else we need to book? Lethal and Pac in the Bucks in action. That's cool. So we'll give that match up as well. The rematch between Jay Lethal and Pac. That'll be a 15-minute match where Jay Lethal will pick up the victory. Just really want to keep him looking strong because he could be a future contender for the championship. But that is a pretty damn stellar show. Still have a storytelling match as well. In that one we're going to have Joey Janela in action, and we'll have him taking on Jimmy Havoc. So two completely different characters, and we'll have Joey Janela pick up the win via disqualification. And of course, that would be a kind of storytelling match, so that's fine. So what the plan is post-match, Jimmy Havoc puts Joey Janela through a table. So we get 5 minutes of that. We open the show with a hype angle. Sports Entertainment, because it'll be Cody and it'll be Zack Sabre Jr. confirming that he is going to take Cody on tonight. So that's fine, that'll be our opener. Because we love to get cheap ratings, let's have Chris Jericho promo on Kenta. And we'll finish the show with a Chris Jericho celebration, just ensuring Chris Jericho gets us the ratings. That's fine. What have I not done? Adam Page versus Jimmy Havoc. Oh, I did say I was going to do that. If I move that to all in, the second annual all in, if I move that to then, what we'll do is, if I can find backstage, we'll have Jimmy Havoc beat down Adam Page as well. We'll have that happen before his match, that's fine. We're going to have a promo as well, and we're going to have a special singles entrance, for Kenny. I can go in there, and we'll have a promo from Moxley. And we'll have that on Kenny Omega. So that'll be 5 minutes, that's fine. Moxley doesn't like to be scripted, that's cool. 147 minutes, I am perfectly okay with that. That will put in a wee hype angle as well for a women's wrestler. It'll be Ali. Until I really know where I want to go with the women's division, that's how I'm sparingly using it at the moment. But trust me, there'll be big use of them in the future. So, take a drink of juice and we'll have this one in the books. That's interesting as well. We can get up to nearly 8,500. I was going to say 9, but maybe not for an event. So that's good. That's close to what WWE's getting for a Raw. So that is progress. See if we can get somewhere that's got a hotbed. Anywhere with a hotbed? Nah, so we need 8,600. 83, 88. Right, we'll go with the Convocation Centre in Ypsilanti, Michigan. So that was our event, 14 segments, 150 minutes, hopefully 2.5 hours of decent wrestling. Here we go, here's the moment of truth for AEW. Do you want to start a war? Start the show, Cody and Zack Sabre Jr. The challenge is accepted by the debuting wrestling machine Zack Sabre Jr. on a one-off loan appearance from New Japan Pro Wrestling. A D47 got the show off to a strong start. We can tell I'm tired. The crowd hotter, and Zack Sabre Jr. performed poorly in this segment. Does develop better performance skills, but of course he's not our signee at the moment. Opening contest was a bout that had decent wrestling and didn't have much heat. The Lucha Brothers defeated Los Guerreros del Cielo in 14:27 when Penta El Zero defeated Jack Evans with the Fear Factor, the second AEW Tag Team Championship defence. And the Lucha Bros C65, this is with Jack Evans off his game. Crowd were hotter. You can see the best performances from Rey Fenix and Penta El Zero. Jack Evans is improving his Rumble skills, and overall, a pretty damn decent opener. This led us to Jimmy Havoc attacking Hangman Page, leaving him down and out backstage, E-20. I know the reason why we've done this. We're going to make Jimmy Havoc the guy that attacked Hangman Page, taking him out of Jericho matchups, that's fine. So it gets him a bit of heat before he comes into his match. With a hype video, promoting Ali, E28, that allows Havoc time to get to the gorilla position, where terrible wrestling, non-existent crowd heat, and Janela defeats Havoc in 10:30 with DQ. So the D-39 just getting some weapons out and causing mayhem. Janela off his game again, which is a bit worrying for him. But a much better performance from Jimmy Havoc, and someone hopefully we can see a bit more of going forward. The storytelling match is going to lose a bit of a penalty, as is low experience because we were missing Excalibur for this event. Putting through a table did bring the crowd down a little bit, but at the E18 segment just sees the evil side of Jimmy Havoc. A bit of good wrestling, but not a lot of heat. Jay Lethal defeated Pac in 15:10 with a Hail to the King. Bit an ironic finisher, considering what Pac was in WWE. But C62, again, we knew this was going to be a case of lack of psychology was going to cost it, which is why it is where it is in the card. Pac sustained an undisclosed head injury, possible concussion, who knows? Don't let the WWE doctor know. Maybe not the time for that joke. But, great chemistry between the two guys, 74 for Lethal, 63 for Pac. Again, if they had psychology, would be a bit higher than that, but gave me a chance to do a back-to-back match, and two guys that I think would tear up in real life. In a poor match, Cody defeats Zack Sabre Jr. in 15-15 with a Silver Spoon DDT. This, of course, was a Steal the Show match. 51 for Cody to the 41 of Zack. Stamina is an issue for Cody. Inconsistency, basically because Cody would have the overness, Zack wouldn't, but Zack would have the technical skills to carry the match to a good level, so it's not horrible. Kenny's over the top entrance just brought an E plus 33. God, Kenny, we need to get you over in the States. Moxley's promo was an A89. He is over in the States, and the angle got the crowd hotter, which is good to see. And about that, had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Moxley defeats Omega in 2032 with hook and ladder. So C plus 68, pretty damn good for our co-main. Kenny with a 61 and Mox with a 74. So we just need to try and get Kenny there. We need people to put him over first. Jericho's promo on Kenta was a C plus 68. Jericho actually quite poor in this one, but we just need to hope this match can draw. With Jericho's overness and Kenta's skill. And it did. I'm happy with that. That's pretty much where we needed it to be. A decent matchup. Jericho defeats Kenta in 2045 with a handful of the tights. Chris Jericho makes the first defense of the AEW Heavyweight Championship title. So it's C plus 67. Jericho with 71. That's why he's up there. Kenta with a 55. Unfortunately, Jericho will have both men actually will have declining physical ability. So whilst they're on top just now, that won't be the case for a long time. You forget we're going through this quite quickly in comparison to other saves, so 2-3 years time they might be nowhere near our main event scene. And the Jericho promo to end the show, he is the champion, bask in his glory, sorry Keith Lee, and he is a B minus 74. So we end the show, a B plus 71, which job's a good one. Make sure we successfully got a good rating for the Bright House Network and increased their popularity in 16 regions, US, possibly Canada, and the UK as well. We broadcast their event. I think we'll just go with Moxley and Kenny for their good performance. Also good to see 8,664, so pretty much a sellout as well. Question is it going to be a financial success? Because that is one of the things I was worried about, is us losing money. Oh, pardon me. I'm just going to eat my last bit of pizza as well while I can. So, a few things to cover there. We did make a bit of money, not as much as I was hoping, but it's still a decent bit of profit. It does seem we are probably going to have to take a wee bit of loss to actually go to war with WWE, because we're all at the same level. We just, as I say, we have to make sure all our production, etc., is at the right level, so we don't end up getting deductions on shows. So it's a risk we'll need to take. Unfortunately, it's 65 to the next level, not 47, so we might be here for a while in doing that, but steady show. I'm happy with it. In some places, we need more than a 50 to improve, so that's good there. Good to see Pac wasn't too bad an injury, so he'll be fine for the second annual All In. Third week in October, that's fine. Let's have a look at our news items. Evelino, back from his injury. Zack Sabre Jr. has finished his loan spell. Pac's injury we know about. Kenny and Zack Sabre Jr. are on schedules. 0.03, so our best pay-per-view rate, but not by much. Angelico and Helico doesn't get it, although Kenny likes him, but Dean doesn't. Intriguing. There you go, there's your permanent signing in 26 days of Chelsea Green as well for our women's division, which is heating up, so we will likely see a lot of WWE stars making their debuts All In. Is it risky as early going for as many WWE stars? Probably unwritten contracts, but that's how you make a war happen in the wrestling world, and at the same time, it's a bit of a fun save, do you know what I mean? We can make a wee couple of stupid decisions. As long as we're continually getting bigger, that's the main thing. Mia Yim available as well. I think we'll steal her as well. 3.2. Yep. We'll give her a 3-year deal. 3.5. It's just going to end up with too many WWE names signing. So there's your Sami Callihan in. That's fine. And there's Trent on another bit of a contract. That's fine. So what I'm going to do, I was going to leave it to after All In. But it's safe to say we need heels and faces. So there will be a heel and face divide. So some people will need to move over. So let's just quickly ensure that John Moxley is a babyface. That's fine, that's fine. So don't give away too much in the events, because it would kind of ruin what we're going for. But we'll announce stuff as we book it on the fly. So I think what we'll do is this will probably be the last show. I think I'm getting a wee bit tired, so I'll book this one. I'll do the week off screen, and then hopefully I got a lot of free time tomorrow, so we should see quite a decent length stream tomorrow, progressing into covering All In as well. So now we've got faces and heels. We just need to hope everybody's on the right side of the divide. It's not ideal because Dustin's a heel and Cody's a face, but so what I want to do is Bandido was one of the people we had as a loanee. We'll have him in action against Pac. Let's get Pac some more momentum. Oh, he's got a fucking injury, I keep forgetting. I don't want to risk him. Who could face him? Screw it, we're going straight in with that turn. So Bandido versus Moxley. 15 minutes. Great matchup. Moxley wins. Pinfall. Steal the show. We'll make that an absolutely epic matchup. That's why I quickly check actually a medical perspective in case Moxley's one of the people that needs a rest. That's chemistry. That's not where I want to go. Bandido's one of the people that needs a rest. Ah, cool. Use them now and that's it. That one done and dusted. So what we're going to do is end the show with a turn. And it is going to be... Oh my god, Lemmy's going to truck soon. Fuck. I just want a singles ambush. There's got to be a certain way this has got to work out. Two people. There we go. Two either. So we end the show, setting up our first match for All In. Sami Callihan attacking Jon Moxley. Boom, boom. What a way to debut. And we'll add that in. So Adam Page against Hangman's already going to happen. The second annual All In. And we're also going to have Sami Callihan and Jon Moxley. I think that's not a bad start to the card. We'll have a promo, and it is going to be Jimmy Havoc on Adam Page. Give him 4 minutes, because I do like to put a lot of things on this show. Dustin in action against another lower carder, so Dustin Rhodes as a heel, somehow. And we'll have him taking on Sonny Kiss in combat. 5 minutes, Dustin with a win, and that'll be a storytelling match. Pinfall. I think we head towards, I think we probably go Young Bucks against the Lucha Bros and put the titles in the Bucks. Going to firstly go with a 4-way. We don't have 16 women, but we'll have a way where we ensure that 4 women will qualify for a match at All In for the championship. So we will have Hikaru Shida, Yuka Sakazaki, Nyla Rose, and another face because there's too many heels, and Emi Sakura. And Fatal 4-way combat. And the first woman that will be in the women's title match will be Hikaru Shida. She picks up the win over Nyla Rose. Pinfall and storytelling that. So if I just quickly jump into my notes. So we've got Callihan. That's happened. That storyline is done. So it's fine. Women, we still need to sign more. That's cool. We don't need to update that because that's done. And the event's done, so we get rid of that as well. So stuff we can keep. So women's Fatal 4-way. And as we said, it was going to be Shida versus 1, 2, 3. That's fine. One more match just to give us a decent co-main event. Let's push Kenny to the moon. Let's try and get him some wins. Actually look at his popularity. E33s and 32s. He is gaining. Just not by a lot in the US. So Kenny will be in action. And we'll have him take on... Interesting that Phoenix and Penta are heels. Not the worst decision in the world. Because that means we can have them in the Bucks. So Kenny will take on Stu Grayson. Kenny with a win. And that could be a pinfall victory for Kenny Omega. Need more angles, that's cool. Because what we're going to have is 2v2 call out and brawl. So we Nick and Matt Jackson calling out Penta, calling out Rey Fenix. We've probably battled about a million times already, but I don't really want to take the Bucks anywhere else but the tag division. Now I'd actually take up the full 65 minutes, perfect. So, no, we don't need to put that in there. Pre-booking, All In, and the tag team championships on the line. The Young Bucks and the Lucha Bros. Because then if you take the titles off the Lucha Bros, you can obviously push Penta and Rey as single stars, but I don't know, a lengthy title reign could be something to start with. That's pretty good matches so far. We're all in, and we'll have this one in the southeast. A wee bit of less attendance, 4,000 fans likely to be in attendance. Just hope there is a 4,000 arena. Nope, so we're going to have to go to a 5. So Devlin, really? Devlin Fieldhouse in New Orleans, Louisiana, where we were the last time, and we'll have a sellout here just again, safe and sorry. So let's see how we do. Sami Callihan's debut. One other thing I meant to do, Sami Callihan, because I've been quite lazy with this previously, is actually with our gimmicks. I always do it with maximum risk is like 10%, so I know it's going to be pretty good. Gonna go emotionless. He has no emotion for an old friend. So let's see how the show does. Havoc's promo on Adam Page gets a D43 to open the show. Crowd was cooled a little bit when Dustin's defeated Sonny Kiss in 4:55. Sonny Kiss has got a long way to develop, but we'll get there with that. Not too bad. Negative crowd reactions, so Sonny Kiss really needs to get over. That's going to take time. Terrible wrestling, non-existent crowd heat. Karashida defeats Sakazaki, Sakura, and Nyla Rose 10:22, E plus 30. Sakura was off her game, not is getting better gimmick. Best performances here though were Shida and Sakazaki. Sakura is struggling, so I think she might be someone that might meet her future endeavours. So the call out on the brawl against the Lucha Bros from the Young Bucks results in a D47 segment. So Mike's skills not their strong point. Decent wrestling, but little heat. Saw Kenny defeat Stu Grayson in 9:51, C minus 54. Pretty good. Great chemistry, so that could be a feud down the line. 60 for Kenny to Stu's 41. Kenny getting better performance skills. John Moxley defeating Bandido in 15:18 with hook and ladder. A C61. 44 for Bandido. 73 for Moxley. Got the crowd buzzing. No skill improvements, just Moxley struggling with stamina, both actually, and the fatigue of Bandido. So that could have been better in the future. And Sami Callihan attacking Moxley to make his debut. An old friend comes back to attack Moxley. C63. Above average rating for Sami Callihan, so that's good. Crowd was hotter from this. Better colour commentary because Marvez was poor. Moxley was good and he foreshadowed a face turn. Now because I usually do like to draw face turns out, but you do get some shock ones. Boom. There you go, complete success because it is a shock one, but a lot more will be down the line. After we get to All In, we'll start storylines. So we'll started heel and face divide again. Actual storylines will be post this event and it gained popularity in 18 regions. C minus 57. So not as strong as the last event, but regardless, we do have the gain in the 18 regions, which we're looking for. So that's always a positive. We'll take this back to the main screen there and see what's the haps. My eyes are absolutely dropping now. I think I'm going to be very lucky to make this basketball. It's the joy of being up since 9:30, but I think it'll be a long way tomorrow. I think a good goal here is just short contracts with television companies so we can keep getting better and better and better to progress a bit quicker. El Soberano Jr. Yeah, it looks pretty decent. You know what? I'm on in for a Lucha division. You're not signing a written deal, so that's still going to be considered. Josh Matthews can stay there. What we'll do, if you have watched this on demand on YouTube, basically, let me know if you're happy with me signing CM Punk, but making a colour commentary song that will debut at All In. I do think he will eventually go to AEW, but let me know what your thoughts are. If you think it, obviously we can edit with the edit database option, but let me know what you think. As if there's anybody watching on the stream just now or on the demand of the stream on a playback, let me know as well. Tweet me or something at Twitter Max. So let me know if you think CM Punk would be a realistic person to bring in as a colour commentary. We'll maybe use him as a wrestler down the line. NXT offer a better contract to Mia Yim. They're offering her, well, she's considering both, 3.94 years. What if I give 3.5? I give a 5-year deal, so I don't want to give her too much. We'll see, because 35 for a women's wrestler, they tend to start younger, but retire younger as well. And a 0.27, so that was down a little bit. And Sonny Kiss is too clumsy. It's just a lot of wrestlers that just need a lot of matches. Maybe could have done with developmental to get them up, but as it is, I think we're in a good position. That ranking needs to get higher though. We can't be 8th. But Prestige is at 61, Momentum's at 86, Size 48, 48, 45. As long as that stays over 47, we just need to keep gaining everywhere else. K-Likes and popularities went up, so now 51 to get to the next stage. But yeah, I think we're in a good position. It's just going to take a lot of shows to get us to where we want to be, but we do have a lot of time before we get to All Out. All In, I keep saying All Out, sorry. The second annual All In, so what happens, we've got 2 pay-per-views that are close to the same, but October will be like our WrestleMania, so it'll be the second annual All In, third annual, etc, and that'll be our Mania. But yeah, we'll keep at it now, we'll keep it just an A show on 1 hour, because if we use more talents, just see us losing a lot more finance, but that's quite interesting. If I just do a quick recap, look at the difference in pay-per-view revenue. Just purely because of what we've changed. So that's up. Ticket sales are up already. TV revenue is up. Sponsors, we'll maybe just go over what we had. Merch is already up. Workers is already higher than it's ever been. Show costs is already higher. Marketing's way higher. Production as well. And obviously our miscellaneous. But I still think we're in a good position. And yeah, hopefully we can just keep improving. We can lose a wee bit, but hopefully not too much. So just watching, much appreciated. As I say, if you do hit the follow button on Twitch, it will enable you notifications when the next videos will be. But yeah, just keep an eye out. Same with the YouTube uploads as well. At 21Maxwell on Twitter, we'll always update when I'm looking likely to stream, because it could be a last minute thing, like today was. But take it easy. Enjoy the rest of your night, evening, wherever you are, or day if you're watching on demand. I'll see you next time. Take it easy. Bye bye.